Hi everyone, welcome to Health Talk Show. Today is our third episode with our very own Miss Universe Harnaaz Sandhu, our inspiring queen. Welcome to the show, Harnaaz. How are you, dear?
Thank you so much. I'm all good. How about you?
I'm good. Always happy to see you. So today I would like to introduce our panelists first, and so that we can start our conversation. Of course, we are working on happy woman, healthy women, healthy world. That's what it is all about. So women need to be happy and healthy. That really makes a lot of impact on our society, on our community, and of course everywhere in the world, I'll say. So our panelist today is Dr. Roma with us here, and we have Dr. SHWETA also here with us, and of course from IT stream, PAROMITA. Hi dear, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. How are you doing?
I'm good, dear. Thank you so much, and it's an honor to have all of you with us today. And of course, we all are here to make impact on our community, making awareness on women's health, that stay fit, stay healthy. That's the key of happy and healthy life. So, Harnaaz, you have been traveling and you have been meeting women across the globe. You have traveled so much. So, what is your experience after traveling that does health have got importance, or we should focus on wealth?
For me, it has always been priority to take care of our own health. I think health is wealth and your body is your temple and you need to respect it because it all starts from within. If you are not physically or mentally ready to do something, then it will affect on every action that you do and you will never be able to achieve your goal. And through my personal experience of working and traveling all around the world, I think it has become more important as much as I travel, that how important it is to take care of your diet, your water, how much you drink, and what exactly you do, how much do you work out, and how positive you are towards everything that's happening in your life, even if you're going through any difficult circumstance. And meeting women of all colors, all sizes, all around the world, I think there are so many differences in our cultures and communities, but there's only one similarity between all of us, is that we all are ambitious. And I think if you're mentally and physically ready, then you can always conquer your goals and become as ambitious as you want.
Absolutely, I totally agree with that. And with that, I'm understanding that health and wealth go hand in hand. That's what it is all about. Am I right?
I think if you have health, then automatically you can have wealth, because it does not come without that. It's not even any kind of comparison that I truly believe in. Health is totally opposite to wealth. So we need to be very mindful of what does that means in our dictionary.
Thank you so much for your thought on that. And Dr. Roma, I would like to know from you also.
Sure. I think that it's very important to have good health because, if you keep yourself healthy, you have wealth already. You're wealthy in your world, and that's one of the things that I think is very important, especially in the society that we live in today. We're always dehydrated. It's good to hydrate ourselves. It's good to have good food and, be healthy that way. And, from my personal experiences and things that I've faced, I think that it's very, very important that you take care of yourself, that you do exercise on time and do have the proper nutrition and guidelines, and everything else is just healthy and wealthy.
Thank you so much. Good to know your thought. Absolutely. And Dr. SHWETA, what is your take on that?
So I perceive health as, in fact, a person as a three-dimensional axis. One with the body, the physical body. One, the emotional health. And one, the spiritual health, if you believe in the higher power. Mm-hmm. So the body needs discipline. It's like math. 2 + 2 is always 4. Too much of anything, any emotion is not good. When it comes to spirituality or some belief system, it's very important. That tags you and holds you on this earth. So if any of the axes is imbalanced, your health will be affected. So I feel like family supports the two axes, the emotional as well as the spiritual part. You have to take care of your body. Be disciplined about getting up early, or however it works out with your schedule. So that's my take on health.
Thank you so much. Good to know your thought too. Of course, you're right. I totally agree with that. And of course, Paromita, I want to know from you, because IT people are more into working building, or I should say, making money, I should say. So what is your take on that?
I'm glad you asked this question because I have been waiting to share my personal experience. So like I have been working in the IT industry for almost 14 and a half years, and it's a long journey I have covered, but during each and every phase that I have definitely climbed the ladders, but I have also taken up a lot of stress while working because there are different activities, there are different schedules, sometimes overwhelming, you have to support any time of the day or the weekend. So it's very difficult to cope up with all the things at the same time and also have, balance your life. So that's why it's very important, whatever profession you are, it's with everyone, they are busy in their life, but you can't ignore your health. It is very important, like you said, body is a temple. You've got to respect, you've got to love the body, right? So that that's the way how you treat yourself, the people will treat you the same way. So it's very overwhelming, but I feel like everyone should have some rules, some discipline in their life. It can be something, like what I do personally. I have divided my rules into two ways, like when I'm working, when I'm not working. So what can I do to take care of myself when I'm working? So right now things have changed after COVID. We have hybrid model, we work from home, we are remote. But what we do, we can have the leverage to do something else. So I personally like take walk after an hour. I try to drink a lot of fluids or water, keep myself hydrated. Whether it's winter or summer, you have to make sure. Also, I try to make sure that I'm taking my food at the right time. I'm having a balanced diet. Definitely sometimes a cheat day.
Well, of course, that is needed.
But that's how you should be doing in your working hours, or have some snacks and keep yourself not starving, because if you're not eating on time, you can have different kind of hormonal imbalance or any side effects. So this is how I try to maintain when I have work. But when I don't have work, what I do, I make sure I have fun. Watch TV, relax, I take good sleep, not talk to the families, or take for a walk or go for a hike, exercise. You don't have to be like a very rigorous, taking your exercise daily, but just a walk, go out, get some fresh air, and that's where I just try to get discipline and feel myself refreshed and get back. That is, I feel everyone should be incorporating in their life.
Absolutely. So what do you think, Harnaaz, about their thought, what they are saying, and any comments on their thoughts? I would like to know from you that what do you think, what they are saying is absolutely right, or would you like to ask them something?
Well, firstly, I think it's such a pleasure to be here to hear your opinions and stories and your personal tips and how we can always achieve that physical and mental balance towards doing something that really passionates us. It's so nice to hear, and I totally agree with each one of you how you have shared your viewpoint, your ideology about how important it is to take care of your health. Our words might be different, but our aim is the same. It definitely leads to hormonal imbalance. Whatever we eat, how we think, what is our stress like, everything needs to be in a limit. It's very important that we need to be mindful about whatever we put in our body, whatever we put on our skin, whatever we put in our mindset, and who are we surrounded by at the same time. So I think there's so many small things that we always escape from, but that leads to some of the serious problems and hormonal imbalances in our lives. And we need to understand that if we don't take care of our health, nobody else will do it. The only thing in the end of the day that you have and will always stay with you is your body. So be respectful for what you have, because there's so many people who are wishing to have a body like you.
Absolutely. So, what would you like to suggest people who are facing hormonal imbalance problems? So, how they can take care of that?
I personally think that communication is a key. Suffering from something. I think in today's world that we live in, social media is a big thing. It's a big platform for us to speak about our issues and concerns, and I think that's very important to express ourselves. And if we have, in our culture, we have a very strong family background. We have strong mothers and strong motherly figures, and I think it's important to talk to them about such concerns if you're having it, because I personally have that in my life enough to know. I've personally talked. I've suffer from polycystic ovarian syndrome. So I was diagnosed at 24 or 25, and it was very hard for me. I was in medical school, and personally I didn't know what was going on with my body. And I had to speak about it with somebody, and I did with my mom. It was because of stress, environmental factors. There were so many things that were, triggering it, and I didn't know what was going on. And being in the medical field, I didn't know how to go about it. And personally, my approach was communication. I talked to a lot of, female figures around me, and they helped me. And when I got tested, it came up positive for that. And I was, overwhelmed, but I was glad to know my diagnosis, and it actually helped me. And I treated it by myself naturally, and I'm doing well since then. And I think that, since then, it's very important to talk about your health concerns and issues. That's just one thing that we have to emphasize in today's world. So,
absolutely, and I think so. Women need to be educated,
Right.
And if you are like mother, daughter,
Right.
sister, and if you know about that subject, then only you can help your family. That's
Right.
what I feel. So, what is your take on that about educating women?
I think it's so important. First of all, kudos to you for being so strong and bringing it on the table. I'm an author, so my mind works by how can I best explain this to my kids in the simpler way. So maybe a cartoon or a diagram, or maybe getting more information from people, some topics that I don't know about, maybe reaching out to an authority who knows about it, learning from them, and then imparting knowledge. So again, it's just transcending, just giving out as much as you know. That's what life is all about, learning and passing on. So my mother always told me that you always pay forward. So people help you, but not necessarily you will be around to help them back. So pay it forwards, help others, and it will ripple out like a domino effect and will come back to you in some way or the other.
Absolutely. And your daughters are very young, like 2 and 10.
They are, yeah. So my 10-year-old, she's amazing. I mean, every mother would say that, but there's so much wisdom in her at a very young age. She told me, Mom, why is there, she took a blankie and she put it close to her, and Mom, do you feel the warmth? This is the love power. So just the warmth of a blankie can give her that concept of love. So once you're warm to others, the kindness passes through.
Absolutely, but I
So true.
do have a question. I would like to ask you, like the time we have been talking or we met,
Yeah.
I see like you look like very satisfied woman. You have 2 daughters, and I've seen a lot of people that are always like, oh, I should have one boy, which I've never heard from you.
Correct.
So I would like to know about that also.
Oh, this is a wonderful question, and I will tell you, I have friends and family. When I grew up, there was always a question. I have siblings, 2 siblings, a sister and a brother. When I had my second child, I was so happy. I have 2 best friends now. Yay, I can go and shop.
So
Yay. I can buy bows of different colors and socks of different rather than just blue and checks. So that's really primitive of me thinking that. But overall, on a higher level, I feel it's the souls that come into your life, and they bring amazing wisdoms. So I think rather than me being a mother and imparting them knowledge, I think I'm learning from them, honestly. I feel like everybody of you and whoever is here could teach me something, and I'm open to it.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Absolutely. And I would like to know about the checkups also, like how regular you are with their checkups from the doctors. And
as far as dentistry, I would suggest, I always recommend that as soon as a child turns 6 months old, please bring him or her to a dentist just for an oral checkup. Sometimes as small as a tongue tie or a cleft lip can affect the psychology or confidence of a child or overlook. I mean, smaller things can trigger that, which can have a larger effect when they grow up. So my understanding, and that would be helpful. Same thing with the physicians too, and you could correct me. Every year minimum?
Yes, every year.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's my take on that.
so we need to stay in contact with doctors. That is so
Absolutely.
important, Harnaaz, right?
Absolutely.
Because checkups are the thing which can really make you aware of what's going on in your body, and you can take precautions.
Right. I totally agree, because being brought up by a doctor, a gynecologist, I'm not the expert, but all that she has inculcated in me and made me realize how important it is to take care of your health and to spread word more about menstrual health, menstrual equity, and how that can lead to women empowerment at the same time. So I truly believe that your small acts can lead to some bigger problems. You need to have regular checkups. Like, she used to personally tell me about my periods, and she used to tell me even if you have irregular periods, it can lead to that sign. If you have PCOD, PCOS, these are the things that are happening due to this reason. It could be your diet, it could be some things that you truly think it's not even important, but that leads to serious issues. So I think there's so many research that I was reading recently about the fact that there's only 2% of women population who get menopause at the age of their during early 20s or 30s.
Right.
And that happens due to
Right.
hormonal imbalance.
Yes.
There is so many menopause happening even before 50.
Absolutely.
And there's so many other issues that leads to our menstrual health,
Right.
irregular periods, or so many other things. So I think that leads to our imbalance in hormonal, leads to our everything that we do in our life. Especially it affects our workplace, it affects our mindsets, it affects everything that is related to us. So we need to be wise, we need to have those regular checkups to our doctors, and always ask questions, because if you take it for granted, it's going to be really bad for you then.
Absolutely. So awareness of regular checkup is very, very important. So what about you? Like, you have such a busy schedule. So how do you manage to be updated with your with status of your health, I should say?
I mean, I'm glad that I got this opportunity, because right now it's making awareness inside me, knowing that it should be done, but I have not on top of it. So I'm like trying to hear from everyone, and that's where I'm feeling like I have enlightened myself that I should go for regular checkup, because this is something which is really important, because your body is like a delicate chemistry. Like you said, if we are not taking care of it, we can have menopause, even early stage. It's just about how the life cycle you have, or something you have ignored for a long time, and the symptoms, we just ignore them. So even if you don't have symptoms, do we need to do our checkup? Yes, we do need to, and that is something we have in our mind, and we just push ourselves not to do it because we think we are perfectly fine. And that's where I felt like, because you shared your story, I can also connect. Like, I just had the symptom like at very young age. When I had my menstruation started, I used to have very bad cramps, and I think many people had that, and it has decreased over the years. But how did that happen? I did some changes in my body. I tried to incorporate some of the exercise which can help me to reduce the cramps, and this some kind of this awareness that you have many platforms, or you have in person, you have your mom, you have your sister, your friends. That is where you need to exchange and share, because sharing is caring, and that's where you should not be feeling shy, but to encourage that is important. And I feel so great that glad that I am getting the opportunity to amplify the awareness and getting to know how important it is. So it is something which is now top priority for me. Probably I will leave the work and go for a health checkup, very soon. So I feel very honored that I'm trying to talk about this topic. At the same time, I have a takeaway from this.
That's right.
Absolutely. So how you think we can bring more awareness in our community that you need to go for regular checkups? What suggestions you have for our people?
I would definitely say that to get, and if you're talking in terms of hormonal imbalances, every year to get a pap smear, get checked, blood work, anything at all that's affecting you hormonally, talk to somebody next to you. It doesn't take that much, and a person that suffered from PCOS or PCOD, I think it's very important that you do get tested at a young age. If you're not at that stage, even if you're older and you're suffering from hormonal imbalances or any type of situation, I think it's important to just, go out there, speak about it, go to someone, get tested. and be aware that you have this issue going on. And what I wanted to add to what you were saying, Paromita, is when you were having that cramps and when you were suffering that, were you able to talk to somebody about it?
So it was so bad and so severe. I don't know how, I'm still not a mom, but I know it's so bad. But I was with that stage where I had my mom and my dad both were supportive. And I had to be like, tell them that I am not feeling okay, and I cried all night, very first 2 days. Yeah, it was very severe. And then my mom, tried to take me to the doctor and, help me with my healthy diet and everything. And I did overcome that. I don't know, it just didn't have a magic overnight, but gradually. And I'm glad I don't have this, but I'm pretty sure many people have this and they don't know the solution to it. And they just take medicines or they just ignore it. So it wasn't really very pleasant at all. And I mean, I'm not very open to my dad. I have one brother, but at that point, I didn't feel shy to share, that I'm really not feeling okay and I need help. I reached out to them.
Right.
It is just because they never tried to be open to me, but they told me that it's okay not to be okay, and just come to us whenever you have. So that is what we are trying to pass the message, that it's very open. The family, you be open, but tell them that you can be open anytime and just share your whatever problems you have.
I think a lot of these disorders, what people don't realize is they're also environmentally triggered. So you don't have to have them genetically. You can also have environmental factors that trigger, like stress or eating a certain way or just doing anything. So I think it's very important to talk about it, know where we live, where we are, and I think that makes a difference.
Absolutely, like healthy diet and exercise always helps. That what I feel, right? That is so much needed, and people, they just neglect their health. That's what I know, and especially in the families. Also, I've seen like the last thing is the woman of the family. She's the pillar of the family, right? But she will always neglect herself. So I really want that the awareness should be there, and we need to make sure that there are all ages when you have to be caring about yourself. It's not like, okay, when after like 20s or 30s you are more focused. It's not like that. At any age you can have any health problem. So we need to make sure to visit doctor. That's the only thing.
Of course.
What is needed.
And I think the underlying thing is habit. It's such an important thing. Right habit will always lead you to something better. A bad habit, it's like repeating the same thing again and again and again and again, and it's very difficult to leave that loop then. It's like a gramophone disc. If you want to change the music, you have to change those wirings to make it happen. So make it a habit to get up, exercise, and make it a habit to get information, make it a habit of learning, or just having an open mind. That helps.
That's true. And I think the biggest other challenge that this generation is facing is to fit in every beauty standard.
That's true.
They do not realize that being a woman, you have to go through so many hormonal changes, and our body keeps on fluctuating from small size to medium to large, and then comes back to medium, and then sometimes to small. That's how we need to realize that it's totally fine. And we take that stress and we put on weight because we have the stress on ourselves. We need to realize that it's okay to look unique, it's okay to be yourself, it's okay to have your own kind of size and your own personality. That's what makes you you, and nobody can be like you. So you need to respect not only yourself, you need to respect women of all sizes that you meet, whether it's your mom, your sister, your friend, your colleague, your boss, anyone that you know. Your one word can empower or maybe make someone feel uncomfortable about themselves. That's not our agenda. We need to love ourselves, and we need to tell them that you are beautiful too. And that's what we need to understand. In today's world, our food disorder, our stress, so many young girls try to starve themselves just to fit into beauty standards, but they need to realize that we as women go through hormonal changes, and that's okay because that's a part of our life. You need to relax and enjoy what you have.
It's true.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true.
Like social
I agree.
media,
So true.
right?
Yeah.
Social media and movies can really, really have an impact.
Absolutely.
Right. So maybe teaching our kids like, okay, this looks good on screen, but that's just how it is. It's portrayed, may not be true, and you don't have to fit that.
Absolutely. And I'm just so glad sometimes to see how the TV series, the movies, everything around us is changing, and that gives us more encouragement that today even we are sitting here, this is the solution, we are talking about it, we love ourselves. And to everyone who's watching this, not only women but men also, we need to tell them that you need to support everyone out there, you need to love, respect. You got one life, enjoy it and just be happy.
Totally agree. Use each and every second of your life. That is so important. Of course, inner and outer beauty matters. That's what it is all about. You should be a good human being. Be positive. That is so much needed. There is a lot of negativity, and which I really want to be removed. And that will bring more and more strength to each and every person. Because positivity is like a strength. That's what I feel.
Absolutely.
And person who is going through pain, I always tell them that positive attitude and negative situation, that's what it is all about. So we need to be positive, stay fit and stay healthy. That's what is needed.
Right.
And Harnaaz, we are so proud of you. Like, you are inspiring so many people, and the right use of the crown, that makes me feel so much proud of you. Of course, the whole world is proud of you, but this is what I really want our girls to be like, of course. And crown has power, and she is using her power in such a positive way that is commendable, I'll say, because that's what I just mentioned, every second, and you are using each and every second of your life, and you are just giving like your life to people. That's what it is all about. And a queen's our giver, and that's what you are, spreading word for women's health. It is so much needed.
That's Thank you so much for those kind words. I just want to say that thank you for personally inspiring me and giving me this great opportunity to learn from great, incredible women sitting here right now, because I learn from you and try to give it back to everyone that I meet, because I'm just trying to make sure that I take my responsibilities and duties well and do my best, because I'm a woman, but before that I'm a human being. I understand how so many people go through that, but I just want to tell them that if I and all of us can do what we believe in, then you can also do it. Never give up, and never ever feel uncomfortable or give up just because you're going through a difficult day. Understand that there's always darkness before the sun shines, and when the sun shines, it shines the brightest, and you are your own sunshine.
Oh, lovely. I love it.
Love it.
Thank you.
Love it.
Inspirational quote.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So inspirational.
So before we end our show, I would like to have a message from Dr. Roma for everyone across the globe.
So as our great Harnaaz has said, we have to accept our beauty in every single shape or form. And, it's not about how we look or how we are. It's basically about how you carry yourself, and love yourself. That's the biggest rule of all. And I think getting tested for a condition, if you know that you have something, please go out there, test yourself. It is recommended that if you do have hormonal imbalances or any other reproductive issues or conditions, you do get a pap smear every year. If you do have an issue and you are noticing one, please do go out and get that done, get blood work, and also talk to anyone around you, even if it's like a female figure in your life, your mother. Go out there and talk to them. Be healthy and be safe and love yourself.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Dr. SHWETA, message from you.
Absolutely. I'm so inspired with everyone, all the words around here. There's so many things going on at the same time, but one thing I would say is please take care of yourself physically, emotionally, your surroundings. Make sure that you get help in whichever way you want to. All of us are here, so whoever is watching and want to just talk it out, definitely do it. Want to mention special thanks to all the doctors. It's been so amazing to see how they kind of moved or helped people during the COVID. Hats off to them. So that's one thing. Second thing is sleep. Please sleep better. Sleep is very, very important. that kind of affects all your body. And please come to the dentist. You'll get your teeth checked.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Of course, you are our heroes, of course. And PAROMITA, your message for our viewers.
I'm so glad that I'm getting the opportunity to amplify the message that how it's important the woman should take care of their health. I feel like I just echo whatever each and everyone has said, but it is true that there's a very famous word from the sexual play that world is still deceived by the outward beauty. It's in the as you like it quote. This is true. You should love yourself. You should just not have anyone tell you that you are not good. No, you just love how you look, how you carry yourself, how just if you don't love yourself, you don't treat yourself better, no one will do that. And that is only how you start to push yourself and just take one step at a time and get better every day. Trying to have a healthy lifestyle, trying to meet with some positive people, have positive people around you, try to share any problem. Just don't have any hiccups, to approach your partner or your family members, whatever you're going through. And it is very important what the message, the key is that despite, you are not aware of the symptoms or you are just ignoring them, make sure you do a healthy checkup, because something you don't know what your body just having inside you, and over the ages it does come up. So it's better not to be late. So today is the day, just take care of your body and love yourself, that's all.
Absolutely, we agree. Today is the day, love yourself and go for it. So thank you everyone. It was really great having all of you with us today, and hope we can make change in one person's life also. That's what our success is all about for today's show, I'll say. And thank you, Harnaaz, for giving time. Thank you so much. And Miss Universe title really suits your personality. You are working so much for Universe, I'll say. Thank you so much. Thank you, dear.
So much.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.